what you need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Everybody, what's happening? This is the show called Box Seats, where we talk about sports with comedians. Let's get ready to bring the comics in. First up, Mo, what's happening, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
How you doing, sir? How's everything?
I'm doing all right. You know me, Frank.
Yes, I do. And let me bring in D Jones. D Jones, how you doing, sir?
Detroit basketball. We did it again, man. They just keep on winning.
Man, this is ridiculous.
They just keep on winning, man.
I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, Frank.
That's man, big. Jason Hayes. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what up, fellas? We out here doing this thing again today. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, we do. Listen, man, we got a lot to talk about. I'm surprised Howie's not here today, but Howie got a show in Indianapolis, so he's gonna do that. So, Mo, I'm gonna have you go first, man, like we normally do. And the first thing, man, I got to talk about, because yesterday while we were doing the show, Mo, let me get you set up right. While we were doing the show yesterday, Mo, we were talking about DK Metcalf situation, and some stuff jumped off during the show, which was he got suspended for 2 games. But then, man, then the news came down because of the suspension and because of what it was being detrimental to the team, Mo. It literally voids his guaranteed money in his $40 million contract, Mo. Talk to me, man. Tell me how you feeling about this DK Metcalf situation, because I was shocked to hear. When y'all texted to me, I had to reread it a couple of times, and I looked it up for other sources, and it's absolutely true. The Pittsburgh Steelers didn't say they will, but they can void his contract for $40 million and erase all the guaranteed money. That's the crazy part about that. How you look at it, Mo?
Yeah, man. I'm glad he on Pittsburgh, because they ain't a dirty team like that. You know what I'm saying? If he was in the Bengals or the Browns or something like that, they probably just took that money as soon as he threw the punch. They'd be like, oh, cha-ching. They'd take that money quicker than Cash App. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah. It's sad, but like we said, that's the ramifications of what happens. You know, once you do things like that, you got to accept what comes with it. You know, you can't get mad at it. You did it. You got to accept it.
All right, that should take. Look, D Jones, DK Metcalf is trying to fight back with it, but right now he appealed to the Players Association, and if he loses the appeal, he's done. He's toast. Yeah, he's toast. So, what's your take on this, D?
For that amount of money, he should have slapped 4 or 5 people. Like, if I'm gonna lose that much money, he should just, like how Bernie Mac had got off that train. He should have slapped some more people for that much money.
It is a lot of money, though. It's almost too much money, to be honest with you. But it's absolutely true. Jay, I know you looked at it from the legal side of point of this, man. So talk to me, tell me what you think, because honestly, I think it'll be the worst fine in NFL history. You know what I mean? What's your take, Jay?
I mean, I pay attention to wording, and the wording is they could void his contract.
That's true.
I mean, so that means that the organization has to take a conscientious mindset to say, we're going to take this man money because he slapped somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not like he loses the money. It's just that he loses the protections to ensure that he gets the money, right? Even if they did that, if I'm DK Metcalf, okay, or any other player for that matter, I'm going to make sure that I don't get hurt then. You know what? Maybe I don't go across that middle with the same ferocity. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe I don't put myself on the line, that's going to get me hurt and get me the guaranteed loss of that money. You know what I'm saying? To me, I don't think they're going to void the contract because it's bad business. Because that's really, it'll really be like some scumbag shit to do that. You know what I'm saying? To void his money because he lost his temper with a dude who has a long tradition of doing that with other people. So to me, it's bad business if they do that. So I don't think they're going to avoid it.
Okay. All right. I don't think so. For the record, I agree with Jay. I don't think they will either, because it sets a terrible precedence to the rest of the players in the league, because players are going to lose their temper, everything else, unless they're trying to set a precedence that they want to make sure you don't do it. So I agree with you, Jay. on that fact. I can't even say I don't agree. I agree with you because you're right. It is about wording, but just the fact being that they can do it is what scares me. That's the part that I have an issue with, that they can do it. All right, Mo, we got to talk about the next story, man. I don't know if you saw this one. It happened last night. Golden State Warriors are having a game last night. Draymond Green gets into a serious altercation with his coach, Steve Kerr. And now I'm not sure. I watched the video from several angles. I'm not sure if the man who's tapping him on the back told him to go or if he got up and left. But regardless, Draymond Green left during a heated argument with Steve Kerr during the NBA game in the third quarter, and he ended up coming back late in the fourth quarter. What's your take on this, Mo, with Draymond Green leaving the bench after arguing with Steve Kerr during a game?
Kudos to Draymond Green, because 9 times out of 10, back in the day, he would have slapped somebody, hit somebody, did something, threw something. Listen, for him, I mean, for anybody else walking away, it might be a big issue. But Draymond Green walking away saying, maybe I got to cool off a little bit. Kudos to Draymond Green. It may not have been the best thing to do, but it was right for him. I'm assuming that's why he did it.
Okay, so that's one way to look at it. Personally, I'm going to say right now it sets a bad precedent with coach disrespect, but that's just me. D. Jones, how you look at it? What's your take on this?
Man, they went on like a 45-18 run without him. Go sit down every game, my guy. Like, I've never been a huge Draymond fan. I think him leaving was probably best for him. He has a temperament, so he said he got up and did it on his own. That's cool. We know you do the dumbest things at the stupidest time, so it probably was good for him. And Steve Kerr didn't put him back in when he came back. Hey, you wanted to leave, you sit out the whole game. I didn't agree with Kenyon Martin that it was 25, 30 players better than Draymond at power forward, but it's about 10 to 15. I've never been a Draymond Green fan.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you don't have a problem with that. Okay, all right.
No.
All right. How you look at this, Jay? Because at the end of the day, the disrespect has got to be accounted for somewhere along the line. What you think, Jay? What you think?
I mean, like D. Jones, I don't agree with Kenyon Martin either. With 25, better power forwards. It's more like 45, 50 better power forwards than Draymond Green. In the history of the game, man, hell, man, I can name 47 right now. But no, I mean, so we're just talking about people attacking DK Metcalf. Don't engage, go somewhere and cool out. Well, Draymond walked away. He was in choker motherfucker mode right there.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of staying there, he said, you know what? Let me go in the back, man, before I do something. And that's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't control yourself and you about to choke a white man on national television, that man, he gonna lose way more than what DK lost. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, man, how do y'all want the sports fans? Do you want them, to sit there, and stew and do something crazy, or do you want them to walk away and do what's best in that moment? So, and as D also pointed out, they went on a 45,000 to 0 run, which also confirms what Kenyon Martin said. Okay, listen, bro, they don't need you right now, man. And maybe I think that's probably what it was. Like he probably wanted to be more involved. And Steve was like, "No, chill, bro. We don't need you like that no more." You know what I'm saying? Just and he didn't know how to take it.
Let me ask you all this quick question before we move on to the next story. You think he gets traded?
To who?
I don't know.
Puerto Rico?
For what?
Yeah.
I know, right?
I'm just saying, because I don't know if you guys remember. Remember when Danny Ainge was the coach of the Phoenix Suns?
And Robert Horry?
When Robert Horry did that incident,
Yeah.
he threw the towel at him. He was traded within the next couple of days. And I mean, you go down the list of stuff where people do stuff and they get traded immediately. Do you think this happen? Anyone of you all think this happens?
No, Draymond is a fixture of that franchise. Like that's not gonna happen. He's gonna retire a Warrior. One, because don't nobody else want him, so he's gonna retire a Warrior.
First off,
Yeah, and he ain't big shot Bob either. He hit some shot, but he ain't a big shot Bob.
Yeah. I mean, Robert Ory left there and won 2 more championships after that, if not 3.
I think
Yeah.
3. Yeah, I think 3. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Another power forward that's better than Draymond Green. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think my thing is how does the NBA react to that? Because at the end of the day, you see certain players be disrespectful. It can set a bad precedence to the rest of the players. That's why I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, at first I thought about it. I was like, nah, there's no way in hell they trade him. And then I started thinking about it more. I'm like, it depends on who the powers would be and the shift in what the conversations are. Because I could see them trading him because let's face it, Golden State Warriors are not a good team this season. They need to do something, and somebody's going to overpay for them. Somebody.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. Nah.
Somebody will.
See, but Frank, respect is a 2-way street.
True.
Because also, in that Robert Ory situation, with Danny Ainge, Danny Ainge talked real greasy to that man.
Yeah, he did.
That's a grown man, who don't let people talk to him like that. So luckily, all he got was a towel to the face and not a 2-piece extra spicy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
so.
True.
It's 2 ways, man. I mean, you can't talk crazy to people and expect grown men to sit there and let you talk crazy to them.
All I'm going to say is I will not be surprised, on the record, I will not be surprised if this man gets traded before the trade deadline. That's all.
To where? Kosovo?
For some socks?
I'm just saying, some people will. In every single league, there's always a sucker. Every single league. You all know it. It ain't like you don't know it. In every single league, there's a sucker. And the sucker is going to always overpay for something.
You know what? There's one team that'll take him.
The Knicks.
No, Washington.
Well, yep, that's true.
What they gonna trade him for? A hat, a 2-piece, from Ben's Chili Bowl, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, he has no value at this point, man. He's not the same defender. He was never a scorer. I don't see anybody wanting to give up anything for Draymond Green.
Jay, we are not disagreeing with you. All I'm saying is there's a sucker everywhere, and you know it. You know somebody.
No, not for that.
I think so.
Not for that.
But we'll see. I mean, ultimately, we'll see.
You on mushrooms if you do that.
All right, the next one I want to talk about, I don't know if you all heard about this one, man, but Deshaun Watson is not going to be activated by the Cleveland Browns before his end of his 21-game suspension. Kevin Stefanski announced the decision means the quarterback will not play at all this season. And the reason why I want to talk about it is Mo, here's the thing. If they don't play him and everything else, they have the right to cut him during the offseason. Do you think Deshaun Watson has value, to anybody at the end of the season going into next season? Do you think he does?
Hell no. He's done. He got that lump sum of money. He better hope he pinching that one off. Don't nobody want him. No. Would you take him?
For the Patriots, no, I wouldn't. But if I'm a couple other teams, I would at least take a flyer on him. If I'm
like
a couple
who?
other teams.
Like who?
Like New York Giants. If I'm the Giants, you know what I mean?
Listen, out of all the black quarterbacks, they're gonna get that one. Let him loose in New York City.
Hold. This is why I say it. If you take a flyer on him, you have nothing to lose. You're not going to. He's already paid. You're going to probably pay him the minimum, the team minimum. What do the Jets have to lose if the Jets bring him in right now? The Jets ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, but you said the Giants.
I said the Giants.
Them too.
I meant them too. But I'm just saying, there's certain teams. Right, like I wrote down a list. Here's the crazy part about that. I got a list of teams, right, who are automatically eliminated. You can look at the Miami Dolphins. If he goes to the Dolphins, he could be better than Tua. He could be. If you look at the Jets, you got the Jets, the Raiders situation. That could be a certain situation for him.
Falcons.
The Falcons. You got the Saints. There are a couple of teams here that could. The Titans. There are a couple of teams here that could take a flyer on him, and you lose nothing. And if he hits, now you got a Daniel Jones situation like you did with the Colts. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I think it's just too much baggage coming with him. Just too much
what?
baggage.
Like what?
Everything that happened.
All right. Okay. I mean, all right. Okay.
Everything that went down. What you mean? Like what? All the stuff that happened. That got him. All the stuff that got him to Cleveland.
Yeah, well, bro.
About 7 years ago.
Yeah, that was years ago,
listen. Listen, Colin Kaepernick still ain't got a job. It's been longer than 7 years.
All right. Okay, so that's what both fit. D Jones, if you were GM, would you take a flyer on him? And do you think he's done?
I think he's done, but there's one team that right now, if he was available, they would probably try it out because I don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be next year, and they traded away all their picks, and that's the Colts.
Yeah.
They ain't got no first. They traded for Sauce Gardner. You got an 85-year-old at quarterback and a kid we probably never see play football again as a backup. So
right.
That might be the only team to be like, hey, we're that desperate because they don't have a terrible team. But I mean, and Cleveland, when they traded for Deshaun, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was a good move. I think everybody thought Deshaun was coming off a hell of a year. He was one of the top quarterbacks, and then maybe it's just Cleveland because Cleveland will kill quarterbacks.
Right. Yeah, but I don't understand why none of y'all even think going to Miami not be good because Tua is done in Miami. Tua is done.
That's true.
Tua is done, and if he go to Miami, he could, and with Mike McDaniel, he could explode. That could be the team for him too. I mean, I don't know. Jay, give me some teams that you think Deshaun Watson, unless you think he's done. First, let me see if you think he's done. If you don't think he's done, tell me some teams you think he could go to if he stays in the NFL at all.
I don't think he's done. He's been hurt.
Right.
No, you forget he's 30 years old.
That's what I'm saying. He's young.
He's 30. Yeah. He's younger than Mahomes.
He ain't 36. He ain't 37. He ain't 38. He's 30.
And the most key component that this year has made crystal clear to me, he balled out in Houston. He fell off a cliff when he got with Kevin Stefanski. So I'm going to blame the only baggage he got right now is whatever Kevin Stefanski weighs right now, because that is his baggage right now. One, he's coming off an injury in the first year. Plus, he got suspended. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to sit out with whatever that suspension was. Came back. I mean, they look kind of promising. I ain't even going to front. And then he had the Achilles. So people are forgetting that he really wasn't that terrible. It's just that the team wasn't going anywhere. He got hurt, and we haven't heard from him in like 2 years now. So now in everybody's mind, he's terrible. But listen, man, if I'm Atlanta, I'm trying to get him because he's from Cartersville, just north of there. If I'm Miami, I'm trying to get him. I'm the Raiders, I'm trying to get him. If I'm Arizona, I'm trying to get him. The Colts damn sure need to be getting him. The Jets need to hire whoever his backup is. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't do worse than that. You know what I mean? So, dude, I think Deshaun Watson is going to get something on the market, and his money's guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Cleveland got to pay him all the money he's still owed no matter what. He can literally play for your team for free.
Exactly. That's my point.
Literally.
You lose nothing. You don't lose money. You lose nothing, and you gain everything if he hits. That's where I was going with it.
We know that he can play. You know what I mean? So, listen, there is tape that shows you he can play.
Yeah, and if he hits and Cleveland's paying for him, you seem like the GM of the year. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
But if he don't, you get fired.
Right. But if he
don't lose anything.
What do you lose if he don't hit?
Your job.
You don't know what might happen. Listen,
you're gonna lose your job.
You won't because you already got enough anyway.
Listen, the one thing that we cannot do here is perfectly predict the future. We don't know what could happen. All right, you don't know. If you can predict the future, tell me what the weather's gonna be like in 3 weeks.
Yeah, but we're not saying about the future.
That's what I'm saying. So anything can happen. I'm saying I don't want to take the risk of anything can happen and just let it be. So what is free? All money ain't good money, man. Listen.
If anything can happen, that means good shit can happen too.
Bad shit can happen too.
Matter of fact, it's more likely that it's going to work out for you with minimum exposure than him going in and laying a turd, because we know the dude can play.
As soon as he gets to a team, that's the topic. Only thing more topic than him is the Dallas Cowboys.
Scared money don't make no money. Scared money don't make no money.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm at.
Yeah, the
And if you're
fool,
the
his money is soon parted.
and but let's say this: you lose nothing if you got it, because there ain't no money even in the middle on this one.
Yeah,
If you want to go by the same mountain, you ain't even put your own money up, and you win everything. It's like somebody's handing you a lotto ticket that
Well,
they already
you know
paid
what?
for.
Hey,
The team's only exposure is angry tweets from
Yeah.
people who didn't even watch football.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, Mo, you up, man, for the next one. We got to do the recap from last night's game. We got to talk about the 49ers and the Colts recap. We have to, only because of the simple fact being that Phillip Rivers was about to do some magic last night until the magic ended.
He ran out of gas. That's what.
The magic ended and everything else. And
but let me ask you this: how many yards did Phillip Rivers throw for?
A lot.
Yeah, he threw a lot.
He threw for a lot. I knew D. Jones made a bad bet when he told me.
I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't do it? Oh, thank God, bro.
I didn't do it. It was Joker that got me last night.
Somebody got you.
Hey man,
it was the Joker and his 14 points that got me.
We knew Phillip Rivers. We didn't think Phillip Rivers was gonna come out on fire, but we knew he was going to fizzle out.
He knew he was gonna do more than that.
So what's your take on the 49ers and Colts recap?
Oh my God.
On the game.
I mean, the 49ers did what they're supposed to do.
Yep.
And got the W, man. They doing what they got to do, Basically, that's it. We knew. Listen, everything with the Colts is suspect right now.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are now quietly 11-4. They put them in the playoff mix.
They are in the playoff mix. They're big in the playoff mix. I said that in the beginning of the season, and everybody on this panel laughed at me.
All right.
Well, we do that every show, Mo.
I'm somebody's child. I am someone's child.
Sorry, Mo. DJ, what's your take?
Love Mo, man.
Are we sleeping on the 49ers? Are they quietly top 3 in the NFC and nobody's talking about these guys? Like, they just keep winning and they still can be the number 1 seed in the NFC when it's all said and done, and nobody's talking about these dudes because we don't care about Purdy. I told y'all they got a Jones over there, but we overlooked him. Their best player been hurt, Kittle hurt, and we think Christian McCaffrey might break any day. But they keep winning, and it's not surprising if they get to the Super Bowl because they got a great coach who's been there. He just ain't never got over that hump. But, people sleeping on San Francisco.
Yeah. Quiet as kept, I think you made the right statement, man, because I haven't been paying attention to them at all because Mac Jones was their QB for a while, and they were winning. We just assumed Mac Jones was going to be their QB and they were going to lose. But they were winning when Mac Jones stepped in as QB, and he helped carry the flag until Brock Purdy came in. Jay, talk to me about the 49ers Colts recap, man. What's your take on? Where's your takeaways from the game last night?
Oh man, my takeaway was that I put in the text was that Phillip Rivers looked like a overweight cricket pastor who fathers illegitimate children with single women in his congregation. Bro, Phillip Rivers, dude, his face inside the helmet is like, he's like bloated. He got the gut hanging, and the fact they let him throw for 300 yards almost. That's crazy to me. That tells me that San Francisco either wasn't completely locked in, or they're not as good as their record says. Because if that defense is as good as they say their defense is, there's no way you letting that dude off the couch 2 days ago throw for 300 yards against you. But he was efficient with it.
There's one thing you're not assuming either, is that maybe Phillip Rivers is so good that he read your disguises because your disguises weren't aptly, placed out there because he's been in the league for so long. There's that option too. You know what I mean?
Which tells me that they really ain't as good as their record says. You know what I mean?
That leads to that. Yeah.
Because to me, listen, I thought Phillip Rivers was gonna make the news last night, for dying on the field. I really did. You know what I mean? I mean, like to me, when D Jones said, the bet that Phillip Rivers would throw for under 120 yards, I mean, it didn't seem like plausible, but I didn't think that he would like more than double that.
That's where
You know
they
what I'm saying?
placed it, though. That's what they had.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. I mean, I thought, that he might throw for like 200, you know what I'm saying, 215 or something like that. But 277 to a dude off the couch, man. All I know is Jacksonville went in there and put that thigh out on the 49ers, so I ain't worried about them beating us. Because we already skull drugged the boys. But to let Phillip Rivers do those stats a 97 QBR, bro, I don't know, man. I mean, that's kind of alarming to me.
Yeah, I'd be concerned too if I'm the 49ers moving forward. I would definitely be concerned with that. All right, Mo, I want to talk about the next thing, man. We touched on it a little bit yesterday, and then some news jumped off today. I wanted to talk about the college transfer portal problem. I wanted to definitely talk about that. But the news today was even more alarming because Missouri defensive end Damon Wilson filed a lawsuit against Georgia and their athletic association and its NIL collective, claiming they falsely said he owed nearly $400,000 after transferring in 2024. The lawsuit alleges Georgia staffers told other programs he would face $1.2 million in penalties to discourage offers, delayed placing him in the transfer portal, and then they tried aggressively to keep him on the roster. With Wilson's NIL deal, which was signed December of last year, was worth $500,000 with 14 payments plus bonuses, but Georgia insists he must repay the remaining balance. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because we were talking about, Jay mentioned it last week, about this NIL problem, with this transferring problem, with these issues problem. And this could be the cusp of bigger problems because, programs are going to start threatening players to sue them if they leave and they transfer. Like it's turned into a huge mess clear across the board that no one was paying attention to until now. I don't think anybody was paying attention to until this situation right now. So Mo, what's your thoughts on this whole situation? Because it sure is ugly.
I got one question, and I guess I don't know, Frank, you or JD or D Jones, are you able to sign a contract with a college? Is that a contract?
It's a contract for an NIL deal where you sign up for your name, image, and likeness to be sold on T-shirts, anything, basically saying
that. Do you sign like I will be there for X amount of time? I'm going to do 2 seasons, or I'm going to be there like a legit contract. I'm asking.
Well, when you sign that you're going to agree to play for the team, yes, you do sign that, but you also have an out. You can transfer if you want to. There's no such thing. It's not a pro contract. It's like, with any college player, because when you're in college, if you decide you want to transfer to go from one school to another, nobody can stop you. You know what I mean?
But Mo, here's a dirty secret about college sports that nobody really talks about. I mean, this has been true since I was in college. There are no 4-year contracts in college. Every athletic scholarship is 1 year renewable. So every school year, you sign a contract for that school year. If you don't play the way that they expect you to play, or you ain't hitting the numbers they expect you to hit, they can say, hey, Mo, listen, bro, it ain't working out for you here. So we're not going to renew your contract for next season. So you're free to go look someplace else, hit the portal, do whatever you want to do. But at any rate, we're moving off of you. So there's
if they can do that, then he can do that too, right?
Correct.
So then
But also, here's the other crazy part, to be the flip side of what Jay said. If they're not playing you to hit that and you don't like the way they're playing you, you could also say, I want to be up out of here at the end of the year too. Because, there's certain teams like Alabama, just using the name out there. Alabama gets the best of everybody. Georgia gets the best of everybody. Like certain programs get a lot of the best of everybody, but everybody doesn't play. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody can't play. You're a backup. So if you don't like your situation and coming off the bench, you could also transfer off of that and then go to other school too. So it's a problem.
I'm going to say this, right? And it may sound ghetto as hell, But I wish all the bad on the NCAA for what they have done. For how Jay-Z say, we need to overcharge them for what they did to the Cold Crush. I'm dead serious. Look at all the athletes that had came out of NCAA that got blackballed for like a suit, a hamburger, couldn't eat, couldn't do this, couldn't do that, and they were making millions, hundreds of millions. I could probably safely say billions. And it's not like it happened for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This went on for decades, damn near centuries. You know what I'm saying? It may not sound right and it may not be right, but I hope they get everything back. I hope these kids rape them, whip their asses with handcuffs on, and crazy glue on their lips.
You know what? You know what stands out to me? Remember Johnny Manziel? When Johnny Manziel was playing, they built the stadium off of Johnny Manziel back, and he didn't get $1.
Not a dollar.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get a legal $1. How about that?
Right.
Yeah.
But
he
got
look
some.
at the athletes that lost money in the draft because of something stupid. Like, I don't know an athlete, but I'm sure somebody had to get a suit for either graduation or a funeral or a wedding, and it went into their report of something, foul, and they lost money in the draft. They dropped because of something stupid, because they had to dedicate all their time to the NCAA. The NCAA been raping people for forever. I hope they get whatever they deserve.
All right, let me see what D. Jones is talking about. D. Jones, you heard a little bit about both sides. Where you look at it? What's your thought?
Man, these athletes, I don't think you can get an agent before you declare, but they need some type of,
yeah, they can. You can.
Yeah, they need some type of financial person to help them with their money, to help them with they need a lawyer themselves when you sign these contracts. So they should do something like because the NIL, although it's great that they getting paid because they make this money for all these schools, they got to put some more rules in or make it better. And I think it'll come down the line in a few more years because it's all this is new. So it's either going to get worse before it get better, but hopefully it get better. They figure out, situations to fix it.
Okay, that's a good take. Where you at with this, Jay?
I mean, it's where I am right now, man. So most colleges have what they call NIL collectives, and that is they are organizations, private normally, where they're boosters and they fundraise, and they raise millions of dollars to retain, to attract and retain players.
Right.
And they're not necessarily, it's not the school, right? Like they are affiliated with the school, but it's not University of Michigan. It's not Florida State. It's not, the school itself that's overseeing that. So what happens is promises are made and the contract says what it says. Like, for instance, the kids are learning that you got to read your goddamn contract. You know what I'm saying? First off, and like D said, you should have a lawyer present before you sign it. One of the things that I heard this year a lot, because NCAA did away with like limited scholarships. So now every college can have like 100, I think like 110, 115 people. Just straight up, scholarships, because it used to be like you get X number of scholarships, like 85 full scholarships. And then you can do like 15 parcels and everybody's walk-ons. You got to pay your tuition, all that stuff. But now they said, if you come on, if we pick you up, if we recruit you, the NIL will cover the cost of your scholarship, right? Mm-hmm. Well, players are hearing, oh, you're going to give me 150,000 NIL, I'm coming. But they don't realize that within that, they gonna deduct tuition and fees, right? And so they're all thinking like, well, they can give me a scholarship plus this 150,000. I got that on top. That ain't how it works unless your contract says that. So now a lot of kids are being upset. Their families are being upset because they signed contracts that said we're gonna give you X amount of money, But basically, all they gave them was a scholarship that in years past, they would have had to pay for that kid to go to school, or they would have, giving the money on the table, something like that. But it's wide open right now because you got private entities now involved in college sports, and it's only going to get ugly.
Doesn't this sound like a record label issue? Remember how the record labels used to do their stuff? Like,
yeah,
they punch you all this
that's
money.
what I was just thinking.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Because that's exactly
right.
Yeah.
Sound like New Edition.
Now,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like top tier players, like Jeremiah Smith, the wide receiver, Ohio State. When you see that he getting $4 million, he getting $4 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They deducted nothing, right? But if it's Mo Smith and JD Hayes on the roster, bro, whatever they give us, man, we're still eating pork and beans. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it is. That's how it be. All right, now I wanted to move forward, man, and talk about the NFL player picture because Mo, things are starting to take shape. Mo, things are starting to take shape in the NFL player picture because right now, who's definitely in, number one seed as of today, we got for the NFC, we got the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah,
they definitely up there, and they're not even literally in any kind of situation. They number one, and their remaining schedule is with Carolina Panthers, and then they got San Francisco 49ers. They can clinch with the win and a Rams loss. So then you got the Bears. The Bears are sitting up there. They, like I said, they got San Francisco and Detroit, and then they have a certain situation. Then you got the Eagles. Then you got the Panthers. Those are the top four. And then the 49ers are sneaky because the 49ers, with one of those losses and everything else, the 49ers can jump up a couple of slots right now and then go from right now. The 49ers are at fifth, but they got an asterisk by their name because what happens, they can jump up with with the Lions loss and let's see, and the Eagles loss. They could jump up and they'd be up in there. So basically the reason why I want to bring it up is because we're looking at the situation in the NFC. The NFC is more up and down than the AFC. The AFC looks like it's going to just lay itself out. But you got the 49ers now at 5. You got the Rams at 6. At 7, you got Green Bay Packers. And 8 is Detroit Lions. And everybody's saying right now, and I looked it up, everybody's saying Detroit has a 10% chance of getting into the playoffs. So with the NFC playoff picture, Mo, how is it shaking out to you? What it look like to you? What's your thoughts on the NFC?
Well, I know I was trying to keep up with it. I know Chicago can get in without even having to play. They just looking for, I think somebody has to either lose or win, and they already in. Man, listen, it's the Wild Wild West out there. It's a shootout. That NFC is a straight up shootout. Unless you automatically already got you a clinch spot, you better keep winning. Don't take nothing for granted in that NFC because it could just, one bad play could determine the end of your season. Well,
with the Bears, if they can clinch the NFC North with the win, Packers loss, or Bears tie and a Packers tie, but the Bears secured a playoff spot with the Lions loss to the Steelers on Sunday. So the Bears overtime win, and Green Bay puts them in firm control of the NFC North. So it looks like they're going to lock in the NFC North with an 89% probability of winning the division, according to the Athletic. And the Bears also have a 14% chance at the number 1 overall seed. I don't think they care about the number 1 overall seed right now. They're more concerned about just making sure they get in.
I think other than teams that are up there like Seahawks, Patriots, I know you guys are fighting for that number 1. Those are the teams that other than that, if you ain't in that top 2, 3 tier, you just want to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's what it's at. Any surprise you expect to see out of the NFC? Anything that's going to surprise you? Because to me, I'm gonna just throw this out there. To me, the biggest surprise out of the whole playoff picture is that the Lions look like, with that record they have, they look, the way they fell off, that they're not even being considered for the playoffs is probably the biggest surprising news to me out of this whole.
And I'll probably take that right with you, Frank, that the Lions are just, listen, this time, the beginning of the year, we didn't have this picture. Nobody in the country had the Lions not being in it. Nobody had Baltimore not being in it. Nobody had the Patriots being number 1 and 2. This whole season, I don't know. Everything's a surprise. I'm surprised they ain't quit the game in the middle of the game I don't know. It's everything's a surprise.
They take the
People,
ball and went home.
people get beat up in the middle of the football game. Players are walking over to the sidelines for no damn reason at all. Everything's a surprise. Deshaun Watson might start somewhere. I don't know. Phillip Rivers looked like he had a burst of Red Bull. He got winged for about 20 minutes. Everything's a surprise.
All right, and that's true. D. Jones, what's your take on this NFC picture, the way it's shaping out? Because the NFC picture looks pretty.
Oh, just the NFC, not the AFC?
Not the AFC yet. We're going to jump to the AFC in a second. We're going to talk about the NFC.
The biggest surprise to me is the Panthers might get in the playoffs.
Right.
I didn't see – it's a lot of teams I didn't see making the playoffs, but the Panthers is definitely one of them. And they got a chance. If they win out, they in the playoffs. If the Packers lose 2 games, and I don't know what Jordan Love doing, I don't know if Malik Willis is playing, and the Lions win 2, the Lions can make the playoffs, which is shocking to me. And since Howie not here, he would say the Lions is gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And he would say it just like that with your fingers.
But it's not gonna happen. I think the Bears is gonna whoop their ass. Depending on if the Bears got something to play for, but I think the Bears coach wants to beat the Lions that last game and just make sure they don't make anything. But no, the biggest surprise to me is that Buccaneers and Panthers game might be the game of the regular season to end it off.
So that's a good point. I didn't think of that one. That's a great point. That's a great point. Jay, as you look at the NFC, Jay, I know you're gonna pick the Panthers probably too. But what's the other surprising things for you that stands out where we at right now after Week 16?
I mean, it's definitely the Panthers, but the most surprising thing to me is that the Dallas Cowboys are sitting at 6-8, and Jerry Jones said they're better off without Micah.
Oh, that's true.
That's
true.
I mean, hell, we knew he was lying when he said that,
That's
right?
true.
But I'll say the Lions on the outside looking in is really, really surprising. I mean, granted, they lost their OC. I mean, their coordinators or whatever, the head coaching jobs. But think about this. It's 7 slots. 7. It's only seven playoff spots per conference.
Mm-hmm.
Division leader gets 4 of those, or division winner. So that's 4 down. So you got basically 3 spots that everybody else is trying to get if you don't win the division. The Lions are not going to win their division. The NFC West has Seattle at 12-3, the 49ers 11-4, the Rams at 11-4. Rams have already clinched.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle's already clinched. San Fran's already clinched. So it's only 1 spot available. So they got to hope that Green Bay falls off a cliff, because that is the only chance they got. It's between the Packers just handling business, or the Lions hoping that the Packers fall, like just face plant, because that is their only way into the playoffs.
Well, you got to also say it's not impossible either, because you don't know what's going on with Jordan Love's situation either. You know what I mean? Like, is Jordan Love playing?
That's right. He's in concussion protocol.
Yeah. Is he playing? Is he not playing? Because when he doesn't play, the team is a completely different team. You know what I mean? So
right, because the NFC South winner gets in no matter what. I mean, whether it's Carolina or whether it's Tampa, it doesn't matter. It won't be, the Bears going in. The Lions going in as the NFC South winner. So it really boils down to them and Green Bay, because the Bears have already clinched the playoff spot.
100%. 100%. Now let's take a look, Mo, at the AFC side. The AFC is a little bit more interesting on the fact that you got the Broncos in. The Broncos are basically set. The Patriots could be set, but the Patriots got to be worried about the Jaguars coming up quickly behind them. And then after that, the Steelers is right behind the Jaguars really quickly. And then the Chargers are up there too, because the Chargers are 11-4. You know what I mean? And then the Bills, who slid into 6th place after last week, the Bills are at 6, and 7 is Houston. But you got to say, look at this. The Colts are still in the picture, because even though the Colts lost, they're still in the picture. And let's see. And that's about it. The Colts are really in, and the Baltimore Ravens could be in, but I think mathematically the Baltimore Ravens have a 10% chance to make the postseason, so they're basically out too. So you got to be worried about if you want to worry, you got to be worried about Baltimore Ravens. But the Baltimore Ravens, they look like they might have lost Lamar Jackson for a couple of weeks, so they might be completely out. And the Colts, but the Colts are in a certain situation right now with obviously Phillip Rivers is their QB. So 7 and 8, 8 and 9 is probably not a concern in the AFC side. But that's my takeaway. And I got to be shocked, Mo, by saying I never thought in all the years since Lamar Jackson hit the NFL that I'd be talking about Lamar Jackson not in the playoffs. That's the biggest thing to me in the AFC side of things. Mo, what's your take? Where you at with this, with the AFC side and seeding and all that other stuff?
There's a whole lot. Lamar Jackson is one. Number two, the Chiefs ain't in there.
Yeah.
They're out. I told y'all that before they were going to get eliminated. Now they out. They're eliminated. We didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? The Colts, not the Colts. And the Steelers on the hunt. Also, the Bills, we all had the Bills up higher.
Mm-hmm.
This seemed like this is kind of reversed. We didn't have the Broncos and the Patriots up top. We had the Ravens and the Bills up top. And it seemed like it's flipped. So the whole AFC is just jumping around, and them damn Jaguars. Damn.
What's your take on this, D. Jones? Where you at?
So I'm on ESPN.com. They got a NFL playoff picture projection. They got the Broncos 100% to make the playoffs. The Patriots 100. The Jags 100. The Steelers 92.9%. The Bills 100. The Chargers 100. The Texans 98%. So to me, that means all those teams are going to make the playoffs. The thing that's surprising to me is they got a percentage to make the number one seed. Guess what the Jags is percentage to make the number one seed? 13%. The Broncos, 35%. The Patriots to make the number one seed, 40%. And if they get the number one seed, we just gotta beat two of y'all. That's all we gotta do. Is beat two of y'all. And listen, anybody in that AFC, except I don't think the Steelers, I think, and maybe the Chargers, I think it's 5 teams that can make the Super Bowl, except for maybe the Steelers and the Chargers. Those other 5 teams, I think, can make the Super Bowl. The surprising thing to me is, like Mo said, it's no Mahomes, it's no Jackson, and people are saying this is Josh Allen's best time to make the Super Bowl. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, I think so too. That Josh Allen, that's his best shot. Because, yeah, Jay, talk to me, man. Tell me what your thoughts about this AFC picture, the way it looks. Tell me what your surprises are. Tell me how you think about the seeding. Just talk to me.
The biggest surprise, of course, is Kansas City not making the playoffs at all. I didn't think that they would win the Super Bowl this year, but I didn't think that they wouldn't make the playoffs at all. They're third in their division. That's crazy. I never thought I'd see that.
Right.
How I think it's going to play out, I'm not sure about remaining schedules, but let me say this. Jacksonville has 2 horrible losses. 2 horrible losses that I know they're kicking themselves about right now because they will have the number 1 seed locked up right now. One wasn't their fault. It was that bogus pass interference against the Bengals that they called when the game was basically over. They tied the game and they lost in overtime to the backup. And then that game against the Texans, they were up 19 points going into the 4th quarter, and they lost that goddamn game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they gave it away. Now, it's good and bad because their season turned around after that loss. Like, they ain't lost since. So I get that part of it. But those are horrible losses that they took. And like D said, man, ain't nobody going in steamrolling nobody in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even Pittsburgh is dangerous, given the right set of conditions. So I'm looking forward to seeing this whole thing play out, man, to see who actually survives this. It's like Hunger Games over there.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me ask you all this. amidst all the teams that are eliminated, right? The Giants got the number one pick in the draft right now, as we sit right now. The Giants got the number one pick. So I was thinking about should the Giants got Jackson Dart and they got a good running back. What's his name again? That
Scatterboo.
Scatterboo. They got a great running back. They got that. Should the Giants draft a QB, guys? Who wants to go first?
Not this year.
No.
I mean, there's nobody in the draft this year that's better than anybody. I mean, they're not better than Jackson Dart. They're not better than Shador. Not better than Cam. Like right now in this draft, nah, I wouldn't take none of those quarterbacks that high.
Okay, so
I don't think Jackson Dart that good either, though. But that's just me.
But D, he better than everything that's out there this year.
Okay, all right.
Maybe.
Mo, you a Giants fan? Where you at?
I'm definitely with JD, man. Hell no. Why draft a quarterback now? First of all, you're gonna take all the air out of your boy. You just drafted him. He just started playing.
Right.
If you draft a quarterback right now, that takes all the air out of him. He's like, what the hell? My job is up for jeopardy already. You know. I don't know what I want the Giants to do. I mean, the offensive line looked good. Maybe solid up that defense. You know what I'm saying? Help with that pass rush a little bit more. Help stop that run defense.
Okay, so now,
anytime you only got 2 wins, you need everything.
We need our secondary fixed.
Okay, now listen to this. Listen to this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that got 3 wins. That's the Browns, that's the Titans, the Cardinals, and I'm missing somebody, the Jets. Now, nobody knows how those teams are going to all end up right now, but wherever it shakes out to, obviously one of those 4 teams is going to have the second pick in the draft. Now, out of those 4 teams, I'm thinking, statistically speaking, they're saying right now that the Jets probably will have the second pick in the draft. So now you got New York with the first and second pick in the draft because everybody think they're going to lose out. But
Frank, I saw a stat that said, I mean, it blew my mind when I read it. It said that the Jets and Giants this season are a combined 5-25.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's insanity.
Yes, but if you are the Jets, right? Let's say you're the Jets. What do you do if you're the Jets? Do you draft a QB coming out, or do you what you move? What's your position? Because they need everything. They need everything. If you're the Jets, you know what I mean. I don't care who goes first. Who want to go first on that?
You don't take them early. I'll say that. I don't think there's any quarterback that's worth a high first-round draft pick this year.
Okay. I think they mortgage out that second pick and go get what they need for veterans and fill in whatever voids that they can get. I'm not saying they're going to get a quarterback, but maybe they can get enough stuff around them so they can bring in somebody. I don't know, but they need to mortgage that second pick and fix that team.
I'm calling Cleveland. Hey, I want Shador and Myles Garrett for all the picks I got in the world.
Y'all ain't doing nothing with them, no way.
Hey, Cleveland, what's gonna take?
Honestly, that's where I was going. D, you took my thunder. That's where I was going.
I want Myles Garrett in a Giants uniform.
Huh?
I want Myles Garrett in a Giants uniform.
Everybody does, but
I think the Giants' defense is already really good, especially along the D line. I think they have their quarterback. At least somebody that they can mess around with like the next 2 to 3 years. Scatterboo had a horrible leg injury, man. So who knows? I mean, if he's gonna be back, so they'll take a running back. But fix all those other holes you got if you're the Giants.
The secondary.
You know what I'm saying? Take the best player available, whoever that player is. Take that player, and that player, hopefully is a Hall of Famer franchise player at their position. If I'm the Jets, I want to trade out of there. You know what I'm saying? I try to get some more picks for that spot and just start, because man, they're terrible, bro, in so many ways.
You said that if I'm the Tennessee Titans, that's what I do, because the Tennessee Titans are worse than the Jets. Like the Tennessee Titans look like, I saw them play a couple of games, and they don't even look like an NFL team. They look so bad. I ain't seen a team that bad in a long time. But then again,
Tennessee doesn't smell as bad as New York either.
Hey, so, hey, you know what I'm saying? At least we don't get that. You know what? Now you can't come to New York.
All right, let me talk about this last thing, man. I got time. I want to fit this in. This last thing. I don't know if you also, and we don't talk about baseball at all, but this is one situation. Me and Steve were talking about white chocolate. We talked about the other day. So I'm gonna ask each one of y'all this. You tell me what you think. The Dodgers are paying this year $169 million in luxury tax. Right now, that's larger than payrolls of 12 teams. And the problem is a lot of people are saying that Major League Baseball needs to have and almost has to have a salary cap, because at the rate they're going, with the cost of living going, just the cost of everything going, Major League Baseball might not be around for another 25 years. What's your thoughts on Major League Baseball with a salary cap, Mo?
No.
No, you won't.
No.
You like the same team?
I like the way it is. That's why you spend all the money. Because I come from a team that spends a lot of money, even though we don't win the rings all the time.
Right.
But we spend that money. Now, I don't know.
That's the argument.
Right.
That's the argument. But you know what? I mean, I don't know if they put it on. They trying to do a lot to fix baseball, because the salary cap ain't what's bringing baseball down. Baseball is dying as a dying sport, period.
It's a combination of both. It's a dying sport, and the same teams are always in the mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's going down just like boxing, slowly but surely.
Yeah, sad to say. D. Jones, salary cap, no salary cap. Where you at?
I don't even know how they can afford to pay these players this type of money, because baseball is not what it used to be. I don't even know where they're getting this money from. And it's other thing, I don't in NFL, I don't like that the quarterbacks make all that money, because you ain't even the best player on the team.
Sometimes.
So when it comes to the money and the salary caps, I just don't get it. And yeah, I don't understand it.
Okay, that's one way of looking at it. Jay, where you at with salary caps?
Hey man, let these players play. You know what I mean? You know, like why are you trying to limit them? Because y'all broke as hell. You know what I mean? You get your dollars up, Milwaukee. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Who won the World Series?
The Dodgers.
Right. Okay.
Who was in the World Series last year?
Who won it last year? Dodgers.
Was it? Dodgers did back. Yeah, Dodgers did back to back. Yeah, they did.
Dodgers.
Yeah.
And they beat the Yankees.
Yeah.
Right? And then the year before, so since what is it, since 2017, so basically 8 years, the last 8 years, the Dodgers have appeared in 4 World Series.
Yeah.
They are putting their money where their mouth is. They out here legitimately trying to win, and not lie to fans and say, well, we're trying to win, but we can't, we can't afford these salaries. They're saying they're saying the hell we can't, because we really want to win. A lot of teams say this to their fan base, they want to win, but they ain't really committed to it. I can tell you this: the LA Dodgers trying to win, the New York Yankees are trying to win, the Boston Red Sox are trying to win, and the rest of them are just out here playing.
No, the Boston Red Sox definitely not trying to win, but that's another conversation for another day.
Neither are the Tigers.
The Red Sox say they tried to win. They say they, but they're not, because they had a couple of options, and there's not enough time in this to just show me to prove that point. But they're not. But I understand your point. But also
only 3 teams spend money. That's it.
Yeah, but I want to shout out this too for the Dodgers, and this is what I like. And the Dodgers are winning me over more and more every year. The Dodgers have no shame in getting any players from anywhere in the world to play for them. They don't care. They don't care what you look like. They don't care if you're Japanese, Honduras, Dominican, Korean. They do not care. If you could play the game, you will play in LA. That's what, and I love that about the Dodgers. Absolutely love it. Whereas when it comes to the Boston Red Sox, I'm a little shaky with the Red Sox, because the simple fact being they traded away. They didn't trade away. They let Mookie Betts go, and he was one of the best players of this generation, and they didn't fight to keep him. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I'm still mad about that. But anyway, we got to wrap up the show, man. Getting ready to roll up out of here. Anybody want to say what they're going to do for Christmas while we got a little bit of time left, man? I'll let you go first, Mo. What's your Christmas looking like? Because we're not going to be on tomorrow. We're not going to be on Christmas Day. We're coming back on Friday. What's your Christmas looking like, Mo?
Well, I'm going to say this, right? Because the president has made the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th federal holidays. Me, as an essential worker, I have to work those days anyway. But now, since he did that, they got to pay me double on the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th.
Let's get it.
So you know what my business. And I'm 58 years old, right? Listen, the grandkids got Cash App, and everybody else fuck them.
D. Jones, what's your
I
Christmas
get
look like?
double K.
I'm gonna go through the hood of Detroit and sing Christmas carols. So if y'all don't see me Friday,
You gotta do what, bro?
yeah. And I think I'm gonna go to the movies and see that Anaconda movie. Pause.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna watch the game. Shout out to the NBA because these NFL games is gonna be trash on Christmas.
D, I saw the Anaconda movie. Go on $5 Tuesday, bro. I'm just trying to
That's
let you.
okay. All right. Cool.
I'm just trying to let you know. You'll thank me later. You'll thank me later.
All right.
Jay, what's your Christmas look like, bro? How wifey? She doing good?
She's good, man. She's rehabbing great. My Christmas looking like, kids are home. Gonna go do some shopping. Decide what our menu is gonna be. We're gonna finalize that today. Hit Costco tomorrow. I love plugging Costco because they do it the right way. And then just like do as little as possible.
Hot dogs, boy.
Glizzies?
Well,
Man,
man, just gonna lay low. Watch. Listen, I don't care. If the games are bad or not, I'm still gonna watch them. But I'm more excited about the NBA this year. I'm happy to see the NBA back on Christmas Day, back on NBC in their rightful place because they know what to do with it.
Well, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I want to wish Merry Christmas also to Howie Bell.
Merry Christmas.
He out there doing his thing. Also, the White Chocolate, he's out there doing his thing.
If the Lions lose on Christmas, pray for him.
What'd you say?
If the Lions lose on Christmas, pray for Howie.
It's gonna be rough.
He might jump.
It definitely will be. Thank you all for watching. The name of the show is called Box Seats. We want to wish you all a happy, Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. We'll be back on Friday to talk about the NBA games that came on Christmas Day, and of course the NFL games that came on. We're gonna do all of that, man. That's what we're gonna do. Thank you all for watching.
Go Pistons.
Peace.
Jungle Cat.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it,
Thanks, guys.